welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good evening. Whenever you're looking at this live or this replay, hey, this your guy, Apostle Ray, coming to you live all over from here. We're here, right here. We're here at Ray's Corner Live. And what's up? What's going on at Ray's Corner Live? Ray's Corner Live discuss social issues of today while creating political, economic, and entrepreneurial solutions for the African American community. What's going on? What's popping? Listen. I just want to listen. I just got to say this, right? I got to say this. I got to say this. I'm pumping all over the place, but I got to say this, right? I did a question yesterday. Thank you, Apostle. Let me see. Let me see if I got any comments. If anybody's on yet. Okay, I don't see nothing. Okay, listen. I had a feed yesterday. Asked the question: why are black men so angry? Or are they really angry? And I got about maybe 4 or 5 responses, and I actually expected to get more responses from black men than that. And then I got some responses. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. And I should have had this, and I should have thought about this beforehand and had it already ready. But let me give you some of the responses that some of our brothers said. So one of the things that they said were black men been catching hell in America since arriving. Hey, okay. Another one said most of us real brothers are tired and fed up even if we are in a good situation because we see our people getting mauled down in the streets even by the same people that walk like us, talk like us, and look like us, and it weighs on our soul. Seems like at times everyone hates us, even our own people. Another, they have been beaten down by every encounter, so all they know is strike back, hurt people, hurt people. Another one, bottle emotions without proper communication skills to let out so everything offends ego. Another one, I think low tolerance may be a better description. Well, so I want to share with you guys. We're going to be doing something on Waters of Healing. Some of y'all are on Waters of Healing right now, and I don't have my number one compadre, Baba Lukman. I don't have him on right now because I'm actually doing this remote and all that stuff, and I'm just jumping on and putting it on a couple of my stations and stuff like that. But we're going to be dealing with some issues dealing with black men. We really need your input. We need your commitment to come in on Waters of Healing on Saturdays at 7 night on Black Power Media. You got to go over to our YouTube side, right? Go over YouTube side, subscribe to Ray's Corner Live, Ray's Corner Live. Make sure you go in there and subscribe to Ray's Corner Live. But right now, let me get the housekeeping out the way. Hit your notification button, hit your share button, hit your like button right now. Seeing we have 5 people and they jump right off. This is for men. So I need you men to share this, right? To share this, Nothing against the women. There are women platforms for women that help women, but there's not a lot of platforms that men, there's no, I got to take that back because there are a lot of platforms where men are doing things now to try to better the African American brothers. Okay. So I asked the question a couple of months ago, what is the number one problem men need to solve in their lives? And I got 33 responses. I'm not going to go through all 33 ones, but I'm going to just share a couple that we're going to be dealing with. Like next week, we're going to start dealing with this thing. Ray's Corner Live is going to be dealing with a couple of things, right? Ray's Corner Live is going to be dealing with men issues and domestic things and all that stuff, right? My Exodus Life Change is another podcast that I have that really deals with spiritual warfare, entrepreneurship, stuff like that. So I want to keep them separate, but I really want you guys to really I had 33 answers. The question was, what is the number one problem men need to solve in their life? And if you're on right now, if you're a man, hey, hit in the comment section what you think, okay? I can only see the ones that's on Ray Wilkerson's page, but put in the comment section so I can go back and pull that and add it to these 33. But listen, one that stuck out to me, two that stuck out to me. One that stuck out to me, abusive attacks we receive from our mothers. These are men answering these questions. They said abusive attacks we receive from our mothers. Another one that stuck out to me, it was a whole lot of them that stuck out. And then it says, grown men behaving like teenagers. Now, I'm not going to expound on these things right now because I want you guys to tune into Water of Healing. We're going to really be dealing with that on our Water of Healing podcast that we have every Saturday at 7. And of course, Ray's Corner Live, we're going to also deal with that stuff also. But I want to give you guys some topics that we're going to deal with. Okay, this is responsive to what men are saying. This is what we're saying. What our number one problem is. I didn't get a lot of response on why are black men angry, or are they angry? I didn't get a lot of response to that. I'm gonna put that out there again, and hopefully, because the only way we can solve our problems is to know our problem. And the only way we can solve our problems is to be transparent as black men, right? We have some issues. I mean, I never thought about when I seen this response, abusive attacks we received from our mothers. Black men actually look. That is something that they're dealing with. That we're dealing with that's causing us grown men to behave like teenagers. Let me go through some of the answers that we had. Fear, dysfunctional childhood, the definition of being a man, how to select a woman, trauma, abandonment, valuing themselves and valuing women, self-love and self-esteem, self-worth, can't figure women out. See, these are things that men we're saying we need to solve these problems in our life. We got to come together to solve them within ourselves. We need, listen, a lot of us might need to go to therapy. There's nothing wrong with going to therapy. There's nothing wrong to go to some professional people and get some help. Some of the other things, selfish men was made to dominate, so we forget sometimes. How to be strong practically in spirit, soul, and emotions. Listen, watch this. Development is seriously delayed. Arrested development. Sharing emotional feelings. The fear of looking weak. Pride, identity, lack of wisdom, self. His Adamness. Being the emotional, getting back to critical, logical problem solving. Abandonment. So there's so many different things that we men are saying, we black men are saying are problems that we have. And we have to come together to be transparent and deal with these solutions. But I'm telling you, listen, I can't wait next Saturday. We'll be dealing with this on our Waters of Healing. Okay? Waters of Healing. Let me see. Wow. Okay. I can't see your name. So listen, how are we expect to grow, right? Now, I was sharing with someone the other day, a couple of things real quick before I get off. And I was telling them a man, he's getting high and stuff like that. I was getting high for 20 years. Crack, dope, you name it, whatever it was. Back in, started getting high matter of fact, started getting high in 69, something like that. Spent 20 years on drug and alcohol. But what you have to understand in men, when we talk about maturity, the moment I started getting high, I think it was like 13 years old, whatever I was, my maturity stopped. I stopped growing. I stopped maturing. You gotta understand, most men that are on drugs or getting high, they respond according to the age group when they first started getting high. That's why they're so emotional. That's why they get angry. That's why they don't have their way, grandiosity and stuff like that in their life, right? Okay? So, I was telling the person that person's response is based on when they started getting high. When I stopped using 26 years ago, it took me 5 years just to start, getting back to some normalcy. I'm actually 62, but my maturity is still around 40 years old. So that's why a lot of times you see me turned up and energetic and all that stuff, because I still have the maturity of the mindset of someone 20 years. I'm like 20 something years behind myself of my maturity because of the drugs and alcohols that I used in my life. And that's just reality. So we men, right, we have to understand those things. We have to understand when you're talking about development is seriously delayed. Our development is seriously delayed if we're coming from, and this is no shot at women, if we're coming from a single woman, a single mom being upraising. You have your mom, and the man said abusive attacks we received from my mother, talking about if they have a bad relationship with your father and they said men ain't no good and I don't need no man to do nothing, and that's a big narrative right now. Black women don't need a man. We can do this all by ourselves. So you got this young boy listening to a lady talking about they don't need no man, they don't need this. So a young boy is saying, okay, if my mom don't need no man, who's going to want me when I get older? What woman is going to want me? Because my mom is saying women don't need men to depend on. Don't need black men to depend on. That's what he's hearing. So what does he grow up to be? So now we got 30, 40, 50-year-old men that came from that environment. And we're responding emotionally like children. We're responding emotionally and femininity. And when we have men that talk about masculinity, then we're wrong, because we want men to be masculine, but women really don't want men to be masculine. So look, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Listen, you got some comments. Listen, I really need you guys to go over to Ray's Corner Live, our YouTube page. Hey, subscribe and hit the notification. Go to our Waters of Healing page. Subscribe, okay? Because we're going to be dealing with a lot of these men issues. I'm telling you, I got 30 different problems that we men said that we have to deal with, right? And we need to get on a platform and be able to deal with those things and change to become better men. You know, we could blame, we got this guy, Kevin Samuels. Everybody probably know about this guy. So he challenges women to, he challenges women to be better women. But it seems like when we challenge our men to be better men, I hear this, well, we're male bashing and all that. But no, it's not male bashing. We have to be honest and get serious with ourselves about some of the issues that we deal with, some of the things that happen. Like I say, I'm gonna put that back out there again. Why are black men so angry? And are we angry? And I really expected a whole lot more responses that I got than what I got yesterday. I think I got like maybe six people responded to, which is really crazy, because either we don't want people to know we're angry. One of the responses was low tolerance is a better description. I don't believe low tolerance is a better description. That is another cop-out. The reason I have low tolerance is because I'm angry. I'm angry at the system. I'm angry at who I am. I'm angry at how I was raised. I'm angry of what I can't do. I'm angry not being able to be a provider. I'm angry not to be able to walk down to defend my family. I'm angry not to be able to be a breadwinner. I'm angry about being beat down all the time. And yes, that would cause me to have low tolerance to people. Low tolerance in relationships. And that's the stuff we need to talk about. And whatever men's platform you want to listen to, as long as you're in a men's platform, they're all different. None is different than the other. Whatever that platform deals with is a good platform for men. But we really have to start getting honest with ourselves as black men. Honestly getting honest with ourselves as black men and letting it down. And not being afraid of what people are going to think of us. It's like it says, the fear. One of the things was the fear of looking weak. You know what I'm saying? You got, and I'm gonna go down to the church line. We got church leaders, men that lead in church. They don't make they can't make decisions because they believe they'll be exposed as a leader, as an apostle, as a pastor, and they don't want people. They don't want to be transparent to show some of their weaknesses and flaws. So because they don't want to show their weaknesses and flaws, so whatever their weakness is, their congregation is going to be weak in them areas too. And they won't bring somebody in the areas that they're weak to make sure that the flock gets the strength that they need. So look, this your guy, Apostle Ray coming to you live all the way from here where it's here. And look, like we always say here on Ray's Corner Live, God loves you. And I love you. And guess what? Ain't nothing you can do about it, like they said in New Orleans. You heard me, baby? Holla.
What's up, It's your nephew, L.A. Mars. We gonna do it one time for the people like this. Ray's Corner Live, Ray's Corner Live. Never be surprised that Ray is on the rise. Never be a fool, take it from the rise. Instagram, Facebook, Ray is going live. From Camden across the world, you can see that he's beneficial. Never the same topics, he's speaking on different issues. Preaching at different churches and speaking at different venues. Ray is that living proof that Jesus is really with you. Controversial issues, he gon' talk about it.